Hi everyone, here's a long overdue update on the Battle of Wagram project in 3mm. So I just thought I would give you a rundown of what I've painted recently. In previous videos I've showcased the French Imperial Guard. Now I've actually added two more bases of artillery today because when looking back at the order of battle I realised I was a little bit short in Guard foot artillery, so there's two further bases of artillery added now. So this is the entire Imperial Guard. Those four infantry bases there, that's the young guard, and what would become the middle guard as well. This is the old guard here, the grenadiers and chasseurs, and the guard cavalry. There's like the Empress Dragoons, Polish Lancers, Grenadiers à Cheval, and another which escapes me. And there's Napoleon himself again, on his horse at the front. And this is the small Bavarian 7th Corps under French Marshal Lefebvre. At Wagram they only had about a division's worth, so it's quite a small corps anyway, but yeah, there's only about a division's worth present at Wagram, so hence why it's quite a small corps. I've finished pretty much I think I finished all the infantry for 2nd Corps, and there was two divisions present from 2nd Corps at Wagram, the 1st and the 3rd, so I'll run you through the 3rd division first. So the four bases at the back are essentially standard French line there. And this sort of unusual looking unit here is the Portuguese Legion, which is made up of primarily infantry but also a small contingent of cavalry. They weren't known to have an actual standard at this point, or colours, so hence why they're just infantry with no actual flag. This is a unit of light infantry, so the 2nd Corps was often made of demi-brigades rather than regiments, so rather than representing multiple single battalion regiments as single bases, to save time I just amalgamated them into one base. So this is probably 2 or 3 single battalion regiments as a demi-brigade, as a light demi-brigade. So I've painted them up as chasseurs and with a skirmishing company at the front. Moving on to the 1st Division, so there's actually the 2nd Corps commander. Most of you will know Marshal Lannes was the commander of 2nd Corps until Aspern-Essling, where he was mortally wounded. So at this point it's General Oudinot who's commanding 2nd Corps, so that's Oudinot. And here is the 1st Division, so it's two line demi-brigades and two light demi-brigades. This base at the back has a slightly unusual skirmishing company as well. These are the Tirailleurs de Corse, so it's a battalion of Corsican tirailleurs, and I've represented them as the skirmishing company of this light base. So all the bases typically represent a regiment, but in the 2nd Corps case, a base is a demi-brigade. So it's roughly the same number of men as a regiment, but just slightly different organisation. But in game terms, it won't really matter. So for the 2nd Corps, I've still got some cavalry to paint and the artillery, but that's the bulk of the infantry done now. So I've got full Imperial Guard done, the small 7th Corps and most of the 2nd Corps. Still quite a bit to do. I forget which corps it is. I think it's the 4th Corps. Is a great big Saxon corps. So I'll have lots of Saxons to paint at some point for the French, and then we'll eventually move on to the Austrians. So I'll maybe do the Saxons next, just as something to break up painting blue all the time. But that's the Wagram update for now, and hopefully it won't be too long till the next one. Cheers everyone.